electric. There's nothing like it. I mean, you see the fans, best fans in the world. It's amazing.
All De'Aaron Fox had to do was dribble the ball out to then get fouled for some free throws, but instead, here's the results. Yeah, such a terrible decision that hurt the Spurs. But when shots fall like this for the Knicks, this lifts them up in a huge way.
Three, Anunoby, bang! 4-point game, timeout San Antonio!
Now let's run that back, because there's a reason OG was wide open in that corner. In this video brought to you by PrizePicks, you can immediately see that Brunson is getting doubled by Wembanyama and Castle, so the smartest thing to do is just send it the opposite way to Cat, who's popping out to make himself available. This is majorly important as it moves the ball from one side to the other, and right here I want you to look at the defense. Champagnie is in motion to sprint all the way across the court to cover this corner, as the Spurs like to use Wemby as a roamer around the rim. Well, this works perfectly when you want to deter shots from happening inside, but now with the movement of the ball making the defense shift over, this when OG is now wide open to knock it down. Down the stretch, it was apparent that the Knicks wanted to go to Brunson, as when he didn't have it, the offense didn't really know how to create that well. And once they did get it to Brunson, the Spurs were forcing him to get it out of his hands immediately with these doubles. But this is what happens when you have confident teammates who are ready to let it fly. Being ready for the moment when it calls is key in the finals, and as they were making this huge comeback, shots like this from the smallest player in the finals over the tallest player just blow the roof off the arena.
Fires up a three, puts it in! 1-point game!
And when you get a solid look at the rim, miss, but your guy's right there to clean it up, boy yo boy was MSG on fire.
No good, the chip, it's gone! It's gone! It's gone! With 1.2 remaining!
Now taking the lead like that after being down 29 points is huge, but it wasn't just so simple. The Spurs would switch to pick and roll so Brunson couldn't comfortably attack downhill, but this would soon turn into a double from Castle. Now like I've stated in other videos, Wemby isn't a great defender when it comes to staying in front of guards on the outside. He tends to struggle a little bit, so that's where we see Jalen Brunson use that quick change of direction to break past Wemby. And here's the thing, Wemby's greatest strength against guards is being able to recover and then block them at the basket. With that in mind, Brunson uses this attack to attract the help defense, spray it out to Hart in the corner, who then instantly swings it to OG once catching, and bada bing, you know it's money team. Although that assist didn't come from Brunson directly, he's the one that made that play happen. As without Brunson being able to attract so much attention, you wouldn't have these times where Wemby's out in front of him like this, just totally leaving his man to go roll. And this is all because JB is such a threat to go score off the screen, whether it be pulling up for a midi or driving all the way to the basket. So Wemby makes sure to take all that away, while the responsibility is now on Champagnie or Fox to help over. And hold on one second, I want you all to look at the coverages that Brunson is seeing, because Castle also helped over, which opened up this pass to OG on the wing, but this read right here looked a little sweeter.
Alley-oop to Robinson. Beautiful pass from Brunson.
It's not even that Brunson is some amazing passer. Sure, he's took a leap this year opposed to last, but not being able to stop him from scoring one-on-one is what opens up these opportunities for his guys to cash in. Just like we seen in the play earlier, the Spurs switched the screen and this time is guard to guard, so it's not an immediate blow by you're worried about. You're now worried about stopping Jalen Brunson and not fouling. I know he's been the talk of the town for the past 24 hours, but Fox literally shows no fight and decides to just move out the way when Brunson bounces his way into the lane. And I get it, Fox didn't want to give him an easy foul, but this now makes Wemby have to commit to Brunson, allowing for Ariel to freely slide over to set this back screen on Vassell. And honestly, you couldn't ask for a more open shot.
Kicks it out. Good luck for Bridges, three-pointer.
When you watch the Knicks, it's normal that you see them go to Brunson ball at times when it feels like they have no other options to get a bucket, but it's the connectivity of this team that truly gets the juices flowing. Such as when Cat makes his move to then kick it out to OG, this simple up fake to then attack the closeout is what dismantles the entire defense. As now multiple eyes are on OG, and then Harper has to guard both players on the outside, but he's not in great positioning. He should be in that middle ground between both of them so he can get to the pass quicker. As we roll the clip, Harper has to close out hard, Jose fakes like he's going to attack briefly, which pauses the defense slightly, making them a split second late to closing out on Bryant, which is why they rush and don't communicate, and for the Knicks, it's just one more swing to beat the Hawking defenders and another triple is underway. Once again on this action, Cat is the one that kicks things off since he attracted the double, and for the Spurs, they have to be better in these situations. With so many defenders near this right side block, Wemby has to be aware of what's going on and that Jose is creeped out in the corner behind him. The same thing goes for Fox when it comes to splitting the middle ground like we touched on with Harper. And hey, if all that isn't in place, you're going to continue to shoot yourself in the foot. When you let a team see easy ones fall through the basket, that's when the momentum starts to build. So then when it's time to convert one that really lifts the energy, the Knicks are already operating at a high level.
Champagnie and banks it home, and the foul.
Now trust me, it shouldn't take going down nearly 30 points for a team to wake up. Multiple times the Spurs have run the score up on the Knicks looking to take the game home, but it's like something ignites in the Spurs that we have to discuss in detail. But before we do that, if you wanted to spice things up when watching these finals, PrizePicks is the #1 app for sports picks. With the finals being extremely intense, PrizePicks is the best place to enter your lineups for a chance at a nice prize. When you get on PrizePicks, you'll see that there's so many sports to choose from, and then there's even different filters you can click on to bet on certain things during a game. Honestly, if you ask me, it's pretty easy to use. All you have to do is pick more on a player or less on a few player stats to put them in your lineup. For example, I think Victor Wembanyama will score over 27 points when going back home, and I also think Stephon Castle will continue to be aggressive and put up at least 12 points. It's that easy. And then after grabbing a couple more players that I think will hit the numbers, I can finalize my lineup by hitting submit, and now I just sit back and let the magic happen. If you want to place your own picks and follow my lineups, you can sign up for PrizePicks in most states, including California, Texas, Florida. And the best part about it is if you sign up for PrizePicks with code HMA, you get $50 instantly once you play at least $5. So either download the app or click the link in my description and let me hear your picks in the comments. Now remember, I said something ignites within the Knicks. Well, it starts with some key guys. For starters, OG has been a problem for the Spurs all series long. With Cat's ability to stretch the floor, this makes guys have no other choice but to get out to him. Immediately, you can see Josh Hart moving into position to screen Fox, and this is also he can't get out to OG. See, everything I talked about always connects. Remember earlier how I was telling you that the Spurs like to keep Wemby near the rim as a roamer? Well, when you load the floor with guys who aren't afraid to shoot the ball, this is how you make the Spurs pay for using this defensive scheme.
Tries another three. Anunoby hits another three. That's his 4th.
Other times, if they want to free OG up, they can use the out-of-bounds play to run him off a screen so he can get a good look. And then for those possessions where OG just wants to get in his bag himself and cook, he can use that strength to create separation from Dylan Harper while spinning into a step back. And this right here is pure butter. When it's not OG taking it at the defense, we all know Cat has been a problem as well. Many times when the Knicks don't have much as far as going inside, they can always look to the outside to throw it to Cat, and instantly you can see the sense of urgency from Castle to get out. This is all because Cat can shoot the ball so well, and if you're a guard who gets off your feet, allowing Cat to push to the basket, there's really not much you can do once he's in pursuit to the rim. This versatility of Cat opens up the game so much, because if you need him to get physical with his drives and force that issue, well, best believe he can do so.
Goes inside, stops, flips it up, shot is good. It's single digits.
And then when he gets the ball with just 4 seconds left on the clock, it's not like he has to force that drive like we just seen. Cat can first use the up fake, put the ball in the deck twice, and then use amazing footwork to step back, making sure he's behind that line to then bury it home.
Step back, puts up the three, it's good.
Listen, you can joke about Cat all you want, but the hustle and heart are things you can't even begin to question. This exact thing goes for their leader as well in Jalen Brunson. Brunson truly doesn't care who's in front of him at all. It may seem like a defender speeding him up and getting him to do what they want, but in reality, Brunson is getting right to his spot to rise up over you. JB is one of those stars that will constantly cook you once he gets in his rhythm, and best believe that his confidence is so high that if you're not right there when he's coming off the screen, you might as well kiss this one goodbye.
Brunson tries a three-pointer, that's good. Mitch Johnson needs a timeout.
Everything with Brunson is quite simple for the most part, but it's still hard to guard. Such as when you know he's about to get into that pull-up jumper, Brunson is already 2 steps ahead of the defense and will fool them with the up fake to get them on their tippy toes, and what could have been a foul just turns into a ridiculous connection. Now hold on, just so you know that this creativity and shot making isn't a one-off thing, this time when Brunson comes off the screen, he has Wemby showing hard with Harper hustling back to recover. By using that slight hesitation, this allows time for Wemby to release off, Harper to get back on Brunson's backside, and that's when JB gets creative with that snake into Harper's space before putting up this shot.
And Brunson drew the foul, counted and one.
All these ways to get to his spots and or create space when doing so is what makes Brunson one of the toughest covers in the game. And even though he's been knocking down some tough shots, the Spurs have done an amazing job overall when it comes to forcing him into bad shots or making the other guys on the team find ways to put the ball in the basket. As Game 4 is in the books and the Knicks go up 3-1 in the series, will we see the Knicks bring a championship to New York, or will we see the Spurs make history themselves with a comeback? I want to know what you all think, so comment down below and head over to my website where we have polls, community talk, games, and so much more.